And that's how you start a video. Hello, I'm Stephen Monkey Mason and welcome to my top 20 countdown of the 1980s movies. Now narrowed it down to 20 because when I tried to do a top 10, I couldn't do it. I've looked at everything from artwork, soundtrack, idea of the film, has it been remade, everything. But this is my personal favourites of the top 20. Now before I start talking about my top 20, I want to give a few shout outs to films that are not in the top 20, which are iconic to the 80s. You've got films like The Watchers. It's actually just called Watchers, not The Watchers. Money Pit, remember Money Pit? Flatliners, iconic film. That'll probably get remade soon. Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2, I'm not talking about the third one. I get a few more here. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, will they ever make a third one? Probably not if Keanu Reeves was smart. Just for Paul Rear, Back to the Future 2. Apparently that's never going to get remade. I think it should be. Don't hate me for that. Howard the Duck, do you remember Howard the Duck? Do you remember Howard the Duck mouth from the Goonies there? Yes? No? Do you remember Howard the Duck? Everyone does now because of Guardians of the Galaxy. Maniac Cop, what the fuck is that there? That's important. Jewel of the Nile, don't know what about that. War Games, remember War Games? Tic-tac-toe, motherfucker. It's even got a retail price of $9.99 on there. $9.99 for a video, my god. Young Ones, not a film, but it's the 80s. Classic 80s, that. Be careful with that one. A few more, this may shock people. Terminator, not in my top 20, believe it or not. Inner Space, classic film it is. Not as classic as this one. Inner Space. Why have I got two copies of Inner Space? One just for Paul Rear because I found it, The Blob. And Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I've had that since I was a kid, I'm going to take good care of that. So, there are just a few random mentions of films that are not in my top 20, so here is number 20. So let's start this off. In at number 20 is The Highlander. Classic movie, classic artwork. There should have only been one, and there should have only been one artwork and the sequels. This is the Blu-ray in my hand there. Highlander is a classic film, a story about immortals who travel the world beheading each other till there's only be one and they die. Now basically in the film the French guy plays a Scottish guy, and the Scottish guy in the film actually plays a Spaniard, and they travel the world training so there can only be one. Now if you watch my tribute video, there should have only been one, which is in the box below. I make a big fuss about this being the most iconic artwork of the Highlander, and when it went all the way to Blu-ray. But when I was finding all these videos, you never guess what I found. Yes, Christopher Lambert is on an alternative cover of the video and he's looking for France. I fucking pissed myself when I first seen that. So that's Highlander at number 20. At number 19, it's Moonwalker. Yes, Moonwalker. Yes, it's Moonwalker. Yeah, it's Moonwalker. Moonwalker is definitely a product of the 80s. It's pretty much just an epic long music video of Michael Jackson saving kids, and it is backed up by the video game where you go around finding kids in cupboards. Iconic film, makes no sense, but the soundtrack is probably one of the best soundtrack movies of the 80s, and yeah, Moonwalker at number 19. Number 18 is Batman. Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, directed by Tim Burton. What a movie, and basically took the camp Batman into a new generation, and it's so dark and so good, and they even kept the artwork from the original video to the Blu-ray. See that? They got it right. But unfortunately Tim Burton made Batman Returns. And I say unfortunately, I don't mean unfortunately, because I really enjoyed Batman Returns. It was so dark. It was what Batman was like, you know, dragging these heels about. Oh, I'm so lonely, I want to beat people up. And then Joel Schumacher came along. And what the fuck happened? Bat tits. That's what happened. In at number 17 is Platoon. Platoon on video, Platoon on DVD, and Platoon on Blu-ray. A classic film. It was one of the first war films I ever seen. Iconic soundtrack, and it's so real because obviously the director, it's his own life experience put into a film. Has some phenomenal cast. And this introduced the world of almost Johnny Depp as he became famous after this. I think he did Nightmare on Elm Street before that. Charlie Sheen, Willem Dafoe, classic movie. I absolutely love that film, and that definitely is one of the best films of the 80s. In at number 16 is Coming to America. Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy in this film. Eddie Murphy playing on multiple roles, an iconic 80s film. It's so fucking funny. It's even more funny when I think about this as a kid. My granddad taped this off television and I watched it with my granddad every now and then. I stayed there. And it was dubbed off television, as most films in the 80s were, censored. And I bought them on DVD one year, and basically was like, what the hell have you done to this film? Because it was fuck this, fuck that, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, bark like a dog, woof woof, you know what I mean. In at number 15 is Police Academy. Police Academy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm not talking about 7. Iconic films. I loved watching these as a kid, and you discover them on Blu-ray now. They look just as good, and obviously they're uncut now on Blu-ray. You know, take nobody cast and then put them into this film and create characters that are so funny. It's a shame that as the films went on, less and less of the cast appeared, but absolutely hilarious and brilliant to watch looking back at the 80s. Captured them absolutely perfect. The Police Academies. In at number 14 is Heathers, Christian Slater and Winona Ryder. This film is absolutely brilliant. It's so dark humoured. This will never get remade. If it actually got remade and it was anything less than an 18, I'd be like, oh my god. Dark, funny, but very, very good film. Special edition came out not long back. It's not on Blu-ray yet, packed with extra features, but definitely watch Heathers if you haven't seen it. In at number 13, it is Die Hard. Believe it or not, yes, it is Die Hard. Die Hard on widescreen, Die Hard, and Die Hard on Blu-ray. Die Hard is one of the most brilliant action films ever came out. Bruce Willis was hardly famous when it happened and has now become one of the biggest action stars of all time. Now, since Die Hard, yes, there's Die Hard 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Every other action film tried to copy it. You had Under Siege, you had fucking Under Siege 2 on a train. You had every possible scenario where somebody is in a building and getting fucked. No, sorry, not getting fucked, but stuck in a building, they must escape. Beat all the odds. But Die Hard for the time was brilliant. Iconic classical orchestra music, catchphrases like yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Brilliant explosions. Die Hard. In at number 12 is The Burbs. Yes, Burbs on video, Burbs on Blu-ray, Steelbook, just come out that. I haven't even opened it. I want to wait until I do my tribute video for The Burbs to open that. The Burbs is an iconic film to me as it feels like a movie because it was all filmed on the back lots of Universal Studios. Tom Hanks was just about to hit massive at that time. Obviously, Big had just come out as well. And it basically just shows what happens if you're in the house and the Addams family moves next door to you, theoretically speaking. Brilliant 80s film, funny, and I don't think they'll ever get remade. I don't think so anyway. So that's The Burbs. Number 11 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. One of the greatest films ever made, I think, by taking over 2 years to make, and the only film ever where you'll see Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse talking and Daffy Duck and Donald Duck playing piano. That's the only reason to watch this film. But for the time this was made, it was all hand-drawn, there was no CGI. Bob Hoskins, God bless him, so was absolutely brilliant at it. Who Framed Roger Rabbit was meant to have a sequel recently as well, but God knows what will happen with that now. But absolutely iconic film. Who Framed Roger Rabbit. In at number 10, Stand By Me. Stand By Me on video, DVD and Blu-ray. Definitely a film for anybody still to see to this day because this film captures the time period it was set in perfectly. Brilliant performances by Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Jerry O'Connelly, butcher his name, I just seen him in Piranha the other night. What are you doing there? And Corey Feldman, and also introducing Keith Sutherland, really. Iconic film based on Stephen King's novel. In my opinion, should never get remade. It is backed up by a really good soundtrack, and the story of the film, it's just absolutely brilliant. Definitely worth watching the Blu-ray as well, because they've done a really nice job in restoring it. In at number 9 is Aliens. Aliens on video, Aliens on Blu-ray. Aliens is my favourite Aliens film out of the whole. Aliens 1, yes, it was good for when it was made. Aliens 2 was probably one of the best sequels ever made. The tagline, this time it's war. Yeah, it's exactly what it was. Epically long, special effects and it are absolutely brilliant. It scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. It is just so creepy. Not really a soundtrack, just more creepy noises and imagery. Massive cast for when it was done. James Cameron, obviously James Cameron did stuff like Terminator and Abyss. The guy was busy in the 80s and still goes on to like do stuff like Avatar, and you know, like, when's he going to do Avatar 2? But anyway, Aliens in at number 9. Number 8 is, hey you guys, it's the Goonies. Goonies on video, Goonies on DVD, and Goonies on Steelbook. Still haven't opened that because I've been meaning to do a tribute video to that, so I'm going to wait to open that. I'll actually open that the day David Johnson, known as Sluggy, opens the Goonies. Goonies is a classic film and they've been trying to do a sequel to it ever since they made that. Really good soundtrack. The cast in it, you know, Josh Brolin, massive Hollywood star, still Corey Feldman, still running around. Sean Austin is still doing other stuff. Everyone else has seen the film in obscurity, but the film is timeless. I often sell this at my place of work to kids these days wanting to watch the Goonies. It is all about the Goonies, and yeah, classic 80s film, definitely. Number 7. Double entry at number 7, it's Ghostbusters! Ghostbusters on video, Ghostbusters on DVD, Ghostbusters on 4K, Ghostbusters the Steelbook, and Ghostbusters 2. All in the 80s there. I've done a tribute video to the Ghostbusters where I explore the cover of the Ghostbusters, but the film is absolutely brilliant. It's a shame Eddie Murphy wasn't in it, but basically, classic film for the 80s, obviously one of the greatest soundtracks to a movie ever. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Special effects for the time were good. Recently watching it on 4K, it looks absolutely stunning now. I can't believe it's that old. Comical timing. It's a shame that there wasn't a Ghostbusters 3 finally, but there is a Ghostbusters video game, so if you haven't played that, definitely recommend watching that. Playing that. Next one. This is where it's getting interesting, the top 6. In at number 6, it's Transformers the cartoon movie. None of this Michael Bay stuff. Transformers on video and on DVD, the anniversary edition. One of the greatest soundtracks to a film ever. And by no way, shape or form is this a cartoon for kids, because I loved Transformers when I was a kid, and this movie is absolutely brutal. All the toys and all the characters you love from the TV show get their heads blown off in the first like 10 minutes of this film. Optimus Prime goes down in a blaze of glory and you think, my cartoon character heroes just died in the film. And you know, and it's all product placement as you're meant to go out and buy the new toys. He's the new hero, but absolutely brilliant film. I wish this would come out on Blu-ray. And if you are a Michael Bay Transformers fan, I recommend you fuck that over and watch the original classic. Easy. Number 5 is Predator. Predator on video, Predator on DVD. I do not own Predator on Blu-ray. I was a bit shocked when I realised that. Predator is one of my favourite films as a kid. I seen this as a kid because I had to take off television, just like coming to America when there was no swearing in it. I had not a clue what happened to Carl Weathers or Billy when I was a kid because them scenes were just cut from the television. Soundtrack's amazing. The cast is class. The Predator is scary as hell. Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's probably one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best film. You know, Get to the Chopper, Paul Ray says that all the time. But a classic film, definitely absolutely brilliant. It's a shame that the sequel wasn't as good as the original and they waited too long to do a third one. This probably will get remade. I mean, I know they recently did a 3D version of it, you know, so they've put a lot of time and effort into it. But I can see that getting remade, and probably with The Rock, of all people. To be fair, the remade Predator now with the original concept and did an Expendables twist on it, that would probably work, you know what I mean? Number 4, this might shock some people, is The Lost Boys. Lost Boys on video, Lost Boys on Steelbook, Lost Boys Simon Corey Feldman, and Lost Boys on Laserdisc, motherfucker. The Lost Boys is one of my favourite films of all times, and it surprised a lot of people when I said, no, it's not going to be number 1. They're like, what? I've got a tribute to the Lost Boys underneath, where I go on an absolute epic rant and I show you every version I've got of the Lost Boys. One of the best soundtracks to a film, dark, vibrant. Directed by Joel Schumacher, who did Batman and Robin, but he also did Flatland, so you saved yourself there. Brought out a breakthrough cast, introduced the world to a lot of new faces, and instead of getting remade, they rebooted it with Lost Boys The Tribe, which is almost a remake, and that did that well, that they actually made a film called The First after that, but it's just a shame, it was too many years too late. But in at number 4 is The Lost Boys. In at number 3 is First Blood. Not Rambo 1, First Blood. First Blood the novel, First Blood the film. I love this film. It is so good. It's a lot different from the book, as Rambo is a bit of a twat in this and, you know, just goes on that absolute murder and rampage, whereas in the film he's made to be an underdog. And in the film he's meant to die at the original ending, but they changed it. So we now have First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3 and Rambo 4. No, it's actually just called Rambo. Or John Rambo in America. How confusing. Why didn't they just call him First Bloods, motherfucker? And it's going to have another Rambo film next year, I'm told. I hope Sylvester Stallone kills Rambo off. Just leave him dead. The guy's been through enough. Absolutely brilliant film, and it's number 3 on my list. I'm going to have to play Jenga. In at number 2 is The Gremlins. Yes, right, you're in at number 2. Gremlins on video and Gremlins on Steelbook with a fucking original cover on the back. Gremlins was the first tribute video I ever done, and it's in the description below as well. That cover started off a massive rant, and there's a reason probably why I'm doing this one. Gremlins is an iconic film. It's a shame it's getting remade, but it's a classic 80s film. You know, pushing the limits of puppeteers, no CGI. It's funny, it's set at Christmas, it's scary, and I actually went to see this at the pictures when I was a kid. No idea how I went to get into the pictures, but again, it was the 80s, do you know what I mean? Hang on. Now, before I reveal number 1, you're probably thinking, what's number 1? I've got a few honourable mentions. Big Trouble in Little China, John Carpenter, classic film. This film inspired a lot of the characters from Mortal Kombat, so the Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Only could this film be in the 80s. It is so odd. Great soundtrack, but it's definitely worth a watch. Apparently it's getting remade at the moment with a rock in it, but I think you should just leave it alone. A lot of people have tried remaking John Carpenter's films lately, and my god, the only person who's really succeeded is Rob Zombie, when he just took the butcher to Halloween. But the rest of them, even John Carpenter trying to do a sequel called Escape from LA, which is somewhere behind us. Escape from LA. Sorry John, I love your films, but what are you doing there? Another honourable mention is the very creepy and disturbing Labyrinth. Now, I grew up with this film on television, and the reason I made it honourable moment is I got so freaked out last night watching some tribute videos and stuff. And there's a guy called Guru Larry, and I'm going to put a link in the description of his video, and he's actually went through the film and found all the hidden David Bowie faces in the film, and it is so terrifying to think that all these faces of him are hidden in this film. Brilliant soundtrack, some disturbing songs, and some disturbing tight pants as well, but that's the 80s for you. Beverly Hills Cop. It was Beverly Hills Cop or Coming to America. I decided to go with Coming to America, but Beverly Hills Cop is a brilliant film. Sylvester Stallone turned this movie down at the last minute, and Eddie Murphy jumped into the role and stole the show. It's a shame he fucking didn't turn up in fucking Ghostbusters, but you know. And the sequel, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Sylvester Stallone is standing in a poster for Cobra, and Eddie Murphy laughs at it. It's such a brilliant inner joke. But Beverly Hills Cop had a brilliant soundtrack, but unfortunately did not make my top 20. Is the heat on now? Is RoboCop. Absolute brutality of a movie. Nice theme song, it's just brutal. Classic 80s. Unfortunately it had a sequel and a third installment, which were like, oh my god, and they recently just remade it as well. Now I just want to point something out. That is an 18. The remake is a 12, and RoboCop is black. Now I know it's in the joke of Michael Keaton, who was Batman in the 80s, going, it's better in black. But guys, if you're going to touch a classic 80s film, don't try and change much. You really don't have to stick with the brutality. Okay, my last honourable mention is License to Drive on video and on Blu-ray. For the sheer fact that in the 80s, after The Lost Boys, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman blew up in the media, and basically all this craze like One Direction you see in the television and stuff like that. These guys were rolling on it. They made License to Drive, which has an awesome soundtrack. It's a funny comedy, light-hearted, and it's a shame that after that they made Dream a Little Dream, which is one of the weirdest films that I've seen, to be honest with you. But definitely, License to Drive just missed out the top 20. You know, I didn't really think about it. A lot of that stuff's quite expensive. Number 1! So after all these, which I'm having the right problem here. Woo. So after all these films, what possibly could be the best film in my opinion of the 80s? Well, it's The Thing, John Carpenter's film. This film is absolutely brilliant. Now, I've been meaning to do a tribute video for this film for absolutely ages because there's so many covers and so many random stories I've got to tell you all about it. But there's The Thing on Blu-ray, video and DVD. Everything about the film is amazing. The soundtrack is brilliant, even though it's just really a fucking creepy score. The isolation of the movie. The fact that this movie had over a year to prep. You know, not like, alright, you can make this film, but we're out in 3 months. Fuck, what am I going to do? You know, this film was planned to the last minute. The special effects where I wrote 14 are absolutely groundbreaking. It is the Bible for most practical effects that they've done. It broke the ground, but it's absolutely brilliant. Scary as hell, and definitely the best film of the 80s. I'm Stephen Monkey Mason, and I'm about to have a right problem with this. So, all the best. See you later. Goodbye. So if you like this video, on my YouTube page I have plenty of tribute videos where I talk about the covers, how they've changed over the years. I've got a lot of daft videos, I've done music videos, there's even a reality show of me on there. That was a long time ago, but you know, check it out, subscribe, give us a like, and if you want us to see us do a 90s video, let us know, but also let me know what your favourite film of the 80s is. And I'm going to try and sort this jingle pad out. Because it's better than fuck all. Yes! The top 20 films of the 80s! Totally forgot I had Moonwalker on video. A movie like no other. No fucking shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. This has all been filmed in one day, and just to foreshadow the things that come. Rocky Horror Picture Show 4, Return of the Emo Girl, which is another video I'm doing. I filmed bits tonight of that. Do you see an alien in there? I'm so tired. Alright, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, in the description below or in the square box in the corner, you can click to the alternative outtake top 20 countdown, which features 20 mistakes of me trying to get it right, and also lists of my friends Gordon, Paul Ray and Casper as they count down their top 20. So enjoy that video as well, and I'm going to try and get out of this. I didn't realise it was going to be this tight when I fucking got in. Right, thanks for watching. Goodbye.